Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Deb Strong and Tim Schmadeke at Financial Brokerage in Omaha, Nebraska. First of all, we would like to thank each of you that are on this call today for joining us and for your business. We sincerely appreciate it. I wanted to spend just a moment or two on a couple housekeeping items, and that is regarding our incentive trips that we have. We have a couple different trips that you can qualify for. One is to the Broadmoor, which is a fabulous resort in Colorado. That one only takes $1.125 million of indexed annuity premium. And the other is a fishing trip, which I've heard is phenomenal, at Oak Lake Lodge, and that one is only $875,000 of premium to qualify for. So if you have any questions on that, be sure and call Tim or myself, and we'll be glad to help you with that. One other thing I wanted to touch on was we have a referral program whereby if you refer an agent to us and they do any line of our business, whether it's life, long-term care, DI, med-sups, annuities, you can get a referral bonus off that business for the next 10 years, which is absolutely phenomenal. In fact, I like to call it, it's like an agent's deferred comp program. So be sure and ask Tim and I for how to qualify for that as well. And without further ado, I'm going to pass you back over to Whitney Gromlich, our external RVP at American Equity, one of our favorite partners that we do business with. So Whitney,
Yes.
Go ahead, and thank you very much, Whitney, for your time today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Deb. Hi, everyone. Like Deb said, I am here at the home office in beautiful center of the universe of the annuity world, West Des Moines, Iowa. And today I want to go over one of our newest products that we recently rolled out with a couple months back that has really taken off, and our agents are loving this new product. I'm also going to go over ways that American Equity can help you grow your business, and then also give you a little teaser of what's to come in the month of September, what new product, another one, we'll be rolling out with. So without further ado, I would love to talk to you about the new product, the Income Shield series. This is our brand new income product that will actually give your client the highest possible guaranteed income here at American Equity. Even for females, it gives them a high payout factor. And since we still do that gender-specific payout, the Income Shield 10, which I'll go over in just a little bit, your client, your female, will see higher payout percentage over the bonus gold that has that 10% bonus. So with the new product, there are two options you and your client can look over, and those are the Income Shield 7 and the Income Shield 10. The 7-year is basically a great accumulation product that has guaranteed income already attached to it. So if your client wants something with accumulation, but they don't know if they'll need guaranteed income, they get a free income rider attached to it. So later on down the road, they decide, oh, I do need income. It is there for them free of charge. Now, the Income Shield 10, this is what I like to refer to as our Foundation Gold 2.0. This one has a 7% bonus attached to it, and it is a 10-year product, and it has the highest possible income because of the bonus and the income riders that come with it. So first, I want to go over more about the 7-year. The 7-year is going to be your standard. There's only going to be 5 allocations to choose from. We're making it super easy since we know with the Choice Series, if you've looked at that, there's only 5 allocations to choose from. It is easy to understand and try to explain those allocations to your client versus the 13 to 16 different allocations we have on our other products, such as the Bonus Gold. So we're trying to make our products a little more easier, even though they really are anyways. They're still the easy, clear, transparent products that we are known for. It has a 7-year surrender charge schedule, and the 10% penalty-free withdrawal This is what a lot of our agents are actually liking, is how much liquidity is available on a 7-year product. And actually commissions on our 7-year are really high for a 7-year FIA in the industry. And if you have questions on anything to do with compensation, please contact your marketer and they'll be able to go over what your comp schedule is with the Income Shield 7 product. But one thing I really want you to notice about this slide on the Income Shield 7 is the issue age. It's not like our other products where it's 18 to 80. This one is strictly just on the 7-year for ages 50 to 80. So that's just something I want you to keep in mind. If you have someone that's under age 50 that just wants a short-term product and they like the rates that they see on the 7, this one is only for 50 and above. So for that, I would steer your client towards the Choice Series for right now. But on the 7-year, again, it's just for 50 to 80. And I want to show you some of the allocations that you can select with this great product. One thing that will really stick out to you on this one is there is no monthly point-to-point. We did not offer a monthly point-to-point on the Income Shield 7 because the rates they would be too much for us to put on there. We want to give back to the client and give them the highest rates possible. So the 7-year was best suited to have the annual point-to-point. And at the bottom, you will see the Volatility Control Index. One thing that's missing off of this is there is no asset fee or spread. This is the first one at American Equity for the volatility control that has absolutely no fee attached to it. And it has some of the highest rates that we offer, a 90% participation rate on the annual point-to-point. Even that 8% cap is very attractive. And this is a different volatility control than we currently offer on our other products. And later on, I will go into detail because this one not just includes the dividends, but it's actually including the excess return. And we do have now a great marketing piece that talks to you on how the volatility control with the excess return works. So I will tell you where to find that in just a little bit as well. But with that, now for the best one. I like the 7, but the 10 is what really is attracting agents to write this product, even agents that have not been on our radar for a couple years since we really weren't competitive in that guaranteed space, have started to look at the Income Shield 10 and have actually started writing us again. They like it for the many features that it offers. And it has that 7% bonus, just like the Foundation Gold. It is a bonus vesting schedule. So if you're unfamiliar with how the bonus vesting schedule works out, it just comes into play if your client decides to terminate their contract before that 10 years is up, or if they take over that penalty-free amount. Otherwise, on day 1 of the contract being issued, that 7% gets counted into the contract value, income account side, and death benefit value, and also for the penalty-free withdrawal. So that's just something to keep in mind with how that bonus vesting schedule works. And on this one, we have added 2 extra allocations on to make it 7 different ones to choose from, but they're still easy. If I can understand it, you can too. And it has a 10-year surrender schedule, but the best feature on this is how much liquidity your client has on this product. On the Foundation Gold, it's only 5% starting in the 2nd contract year. Automatically in year 2, your client's already starting off with higher liquidity on the Income Shield 10 at 10%. Now, this one does have an optional income rider that you can place on it. And as you can see, the issue age is back to what it has been on all our products, 18 to 80. On the Income Shield 10, your client does have an option not to put an income rider on. They will just get higher rates and caps if we do not get that LIBR disclosure form. Now, that's different than what the 7-year is. If we do not get the LIBR disclosure form on the Income Shield 7, they will automatically get the free income rider attached. So that's another main difference between the 7 and the 10 is one will have the automatic 4% free income rider, while the 10 will not have an automatic rider attached to it. So that's just something to keep in mind. Make sure if your client does want income, that product disclosure or the income disclosure form is attached with the paperwork you're sending into us. So that's just a reminder. And now for the allocation. And as you can see, we put back the monthly point to point. And another thing that's a little different, we've always said for the past years that I've been with American Equity, going on 5 years, we've always said, oh, we're not going to get involved in the 2 to 3 year allocations. We like those annual resets. We just want that 1 year. Well, we are pretty much the outliers, and we're the last ones to get into this area. So we heard the cries from our agents that wanted to see it. So we did offer a 2-year on the volatility control with participation. So that is something that's different here at American Equity. And one also, I do want to let you guys know this, because some of our agents were unfamiliar with it. Last July, so July of 2017, we decided to go back to what the policy pages say when a client is wanting to take a partial withdrawal from their contract. In the contract pages, it states your client can only take one partial withdrawal of up to 10% during that anniversary year. Well, we heard the grumbles on that. So on all the new products going forward, your client will be able to take out multiple withdrawals of up to 10% out annually. So that's ecstatic news to some of the agents that were complaining how we went back to what the policy pages said. So just that's another key feature on this product. And also it still has those same 2 built-in free riders if your client is under age 75 at the time that the policy is issued. And those are the nursing care rider and the terminal illness rider. And depending on what state you're in, there are some guidelines to qualify for these 2 in order to take out partial withdrawal. But the client can take anywhere between 75 and 100% out penalty free if they qualify with the guidelines on the terminal illness and nursing care rider. We do have a separate brochure that is available out on our agent website that goes into detail of what these riders are that are free of charge to the client. And with that, I now want to talk to you about how the new volatility control works. We are very happy not to have an asset fee or spread on it. And with our volatility control, we don't use any sexy indices, if you will. We strictly love the S&P 500. It's one of the longest running ones out there, and it's the best-selling and most trusted index of all time in the FIA industry. Only members of the S&P 500 are actually eligible to be included in this Dividend Aristocrat. And as you can see, there is a different ticker symbol than what our other volatility control is. So if you go to Yahoo or Google, you can type in the SPXD 5UE, and it will come up with what it has been performing for the past month, quarter, and years. But for the Dividend Aristocrat, it makes up 90% of the total return of the S&P 500, depending on the market. Only companies that have actual track record of consistently increasing dividends every year for the last 25 years are eligible to be included in this index. So that's going to be like Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola, Walmart, and so on. And the reason why we chose the 5% is the main benefit of reducing volatility is increasing predictability. Predictability lowers option prices, which is actually better rates for the client. and the difference between the excess return versus total return. An excess return index actually includes the dividends, but does not include a risk-free rate component. So basically think of the 3-month treasury bills like a total return index. We chose to do the excess return because in a rising rate environment, option prices for total return index could become more volatile. More volatile option prices could actually lower clients' renewal rates compared to the excess return rate. And we pride ourselves on the renewal rates. We try not to change the renewal rates until after the 3rd contract anniversary. So if you've been selling the Choice Series, which has our highest rates out there at our company, and you have a client that says, okay, I love these high rates, but what is the renewal going to be like? Are they going to drop them significantly? One thing that's different from us here than our competition is we publish our renewal rates out on our agent website. So we don't cherry pick the date at all to tell you what date to look at to show your client. You can actually select any of our products, past or present, and pick any particular date you want, and you will be able to show them every year what that renewal rate has been. So if you love that bonus gold, it's been around since 2004. You can go back to 2004 and show them every year thereafter. And some years we kept it steady. Other years we may have lowered it a bit. Other years we may have increased it. It all depends on how the markets are doing. But our practice here at American Equity is to try not to change the renewal rates until after the 3rd contract anniversary. So that's something we take pride in, and that sets us apart from our competition. But now I want to go over the best part of this new product, and that is the income. And I'm just going to give you a basic overview on how the riders are, and there's 3 new ones. We've actually tried to hit every niche out there. We have simple interest, and we also have compound interest to choose from. And if you are still kind of leery as to what would be best suited for my client, we do have a great graph piece, a marketing piece, that breaks down of the 3 income riders and when the years of income deferral and which year is best suited for simple interest and compound interest. So simple interest is going to be best suited for clients that want to take income in a short amount of time and they want the highest possible income. So we have a 7.25% simple interest for 7 years, 90 basis point fee. And again, that fee comes strictly out of the contract value, not out of the income side. One new feature about our new income riders on this new product line, there is no reset period. So you don't have to worry and wonder if you missed that reset deadline, if your client was wanting to take income, but you missed, or if they wanted it to grow, did you miss that deadline? It's going to grow for 7 years or until your client is ready to turn on income. They also have an option for an extra 10 basis points to add the well-being rider onto that, which I'll go over in just a bit. But simple interest, like I said, is going to be geared towards someone who wants to take income right away, not worried about a fee at all. Now, for compound interest, this is going to be best suited for clients that know they don't need income for 10 plus years, and they're fine with letting it grow. So we give your client 2 options. We give them a free rider of 4% compound that will grow for 15 years. Again, no reset. And then we also have a 6% compound fee if your client doesn't care about paying a fee on it. Now, on the 6%, I want to let you know for the first 10 years, that 6% is guaranteed. Now, we could lower the roll-up to a minimum of 3% between years 11 and 15. We are only going to lower the roll-up. We are not going to change the fee on it. So when you run an illustration, don't be shocked when you run that 6% and then after year 10, it shows at 3%. We're just letting the client know that this could happen. We don't know. We could keep it the same. We could even lower it maybe to 5%. But we're just letting the client know that if they don't take income after that 10th year, the minimum that roll-up could go down to is 3%. Now, the 7.25% and 6% income riders are the only ones that you can add on for an extra 10 basis points, the well-being rider. And this well-being rider is available in every state but Delaware and California, and of course New York, because they like to be difficult. But the well-being rider, ours, I like, because you don't have to be confined to a skilled nursing care facility. You can be in the comfort of your own home. And your client can use the money for however they see fit. So we double the income if it's a single payout. And if it's a joint payout, we have it go up by 1.5 times. It's a one-time use only item if they are unable to perform 2 out of the 6 activities of daily living. Now, there is a 2-year waiting period. That waiting period is from when the policy is issued, not from when they turn on that income rider. And also, one thing that I really want to point out is, I said earlier, it's a one-time use only item. So if it's a joint payout, if the husband says he can't perform 2 out of the 6 activities of daily living, we get a notice from their physician. We turn on that income to increase it to help with care. But then after 2 years, he tells us he's fine. They don't have the 3 remaining years left. It is all or nothing. So the way I like to position the well-being rider, especially with couples, if they have non-qualified funds, is to talk to them about splitting those funds up in order for each of them to have their own policy with their own well-being rider. And we're actually seeing a spike with agents using the well-being rider, especially with the cost of long-term care and if the client can qualify for it. And another nice feature is we don't ask what they're using that money for. So let's say my mom lives out of state and she can't perform 2 out of the 6 activities of daily living, and I've taken time off from my job here at American Equity to go care for her. She can actually use that money, that extra money that we're paying her, to give to me to help me pay for any bills since I'm taking time away from my job. So that's one nice feature about this well-being rider. And one thing that I really want to point out is our income riders are for ages 50 and above. With that free rider, we used to have a free rider for all ages. We no longer have it. All income riders are for ages 50 and above. But if you have a client that just retired and they can't wait 1 full year for the roll-up, we do now have an option, and that's with the free rider. Your client can turn on income on the 4% compound only within 30 days of the policy being issued. So that's a new feature that we're offering, and that is one of the perks that our agents are telling us is the true selling point, is if they have a client that can't wait that 1 full year, because some clients can't. They need income right away when they leave that job. They need to have that constant stream of income coming in. We now have something for them. So that 4% free rider, basically your client, if they're coming from stocks or even from a variable annuity, they can go from paying a lot of fees to absolutely no fees at American Equity with the Income Shield 10 with a 7% bonus, a 4% free income rider that they can turn on within 30 days and get a safe, transparent product from a great company here in, I like to say, the best state ever, Iowa, but I'm partial to it because I was born and raised here, but that's beside the point. But that's basically the full overview of the Income Shield. It's a basic product, and like we always say here, if we can't sell it to our mother, we don't want to sell it to anybody else. But on a side note, we have a brand new product that will be coming out here hopefully on September 6th. That's still the launch date for it. On September 6th, we have a new product coming out called the Asset Shield. and that is going to be an accumulation only product. It's not going to have a bonus. It's not going to have an income rider. It is actually going to have the highest rate at American Equity. And it's going to be a little different than the Choice Series, where the Choice Series is a 6-year, 8-year, and a 10-year. This new product is actually going to be a 5-year, a 7-year, and a 10-year. And there's also going to be some other key features that are new to American Equity that we will be offering. First of its kind indice that has a pending patent or a patent pending on it. And so be on the lookout for that. So once we have information, I'll make sure that Deb and everyone over there gets that information. But now I want to turn your attention on ways that American Equity can help you grow your business. And one of those is our most popular piece, and many of you know this piece as our Real Benefits. We've just renamed it to Preservation and Accumulation. And one way that our clients are using this product is, or this marketing piece, is actually getting it customized with their name, phone number on it. At the top right, you see that blank open spot. That's where you can put your information. If you have a logo you want to put on, we can do that for you. It's free of charge here at American Equity. We put it together for you. You tell us what you want on it. Then we will send you out a secured PDF document that you can take to your local printers and get it printed. Now, if you do seminars, we have a lot of agents that actually use this piece as placemats. So it's a nice talking point. You can, if you don't do seminars, you can hand out to potential clients. And on the back side of this is another great marketing piece. What's your risk? And this piece is actually the one that when I go to different marketing events, this is the one that we're having a lot more agents select because it better illustrates to the client, okay, my 401k is on the left side where the stocks and mutual funds are, where, yes, there's possible growth, but also a risk of loss and fees to it. Now, do you want something with principal protection that also has very little to no fees, that you can still get the upside but none of the downside? So this is another great piece to put in front of potential clients. And again, we do have ad flicks for generic and product. Generic is going to be what I just showed you. Product, it's broken down to every single product that we have available here. If you want to focus in just on the income riders, we have flyers for that. We can even put it together as a postcard. So you can do a postcard campaign out. So we have a lot of great new marketing pieces that are available free of charge for you to use out on our website. And we're updating that website all the time with the new pieces as well. And one last thing that I want to talk to you about is our Ready app. It's free of charge for you to use out on our agent website. If you are still doing paper apps, I really want to encourage you to take a look at Ready app. Or if you use Firelight, it's the same thing. Well, Ready app is out on our website free of charge. There is a helpful how-to video on how to work it. It's going to be the same exact forms that you print off from our website. So it's not going to be anything different and new for you to learn. It's the same forms. It's going to walk you through step-by-step, ask you a series of questions. And if you have transfers, if you tell us you have 3 transfers, we'll give you 3 transfer forms. We just suggest that you keep a hard copy with a wet signature with you just in case, because some transfer companies are still requiring a wet signature. But it's always going to have the most up-to-date form, so you never have to worry, okay, I just submitted this. Do I have to go back out to the client with that I had an outdated disclosure? Because I know all of you love to try and explain that to your clients, why they have to fill out more paperwork again. And it's secure information. If you have a client that later on says, hey, I don't remember signing these documents, we can pinpoint to about a block radius of where it was signed. So we can tell them, we can pinpoint it down to tell them where it was signed. Also, it will cut down on the amount of not good orders. You will not be able to advance to the next section until every question is answered. initials are done, and signatures are signed. And once you submit that application to us, a copy gets sent, of course, to us, gets pushed to the front of the line because we don't have to manually enter anything. And that cuts down on our not good orders because we may transpose a number. Because some of you, I swear, should have been doctors in this industry with your penmanship. So this will cut down on our screwing up, and also a copy gets sent to you, and a copy gets sent to the client for their records. And let me just tell you, Suitability has actually entered in their parameters into this system. So if you get a green light all the way through, your policy could be issued in one day. And one nice feature, if it's a non-qualified and the funds are coming from your client's bank account, we now have a form your client can fill out and send in with this application, and we can pull the funds the same day. And then commissions, of course, get paid out sooner, and we all love to get commissions sooner. So I strongly suggest that you take a look at our Ready App system. And with that, I just want to thank you all for listening, and especially thank Deb for having me here. And Deb, do you have anything
Sure.
you want to add?
Whitney, do we have just an extra minute in case anybody has a question?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Are there any questions out there anyone would like to ask?
Oh, one thing before I forget, we do have a microsite for the Income Shield product. It's www.incomeshieldannuity.com. And that's going to be a site that you can send to your clients for them to look at the product overviews. There are videos on the Asset Shield coming out. There will also be a website for that. So you don't have to try and search and dig through our website to try and find this information to give to your clients. So that's something new that's being offered here for you guys.
Thank you, Whitney. Can you tell if we have any questions out there, Whitney?
I don't see that we do.
Okay, well, in closing, first of all, Whitney, thank you so much for your time today. We love partnering with American Equity, and some of the things that I really take to heart, and I know Tim does too, is the fact that American Equity is such a great partner to us because you're so innovative with, for example, the designing of this Income Shield product speaks for itself with only a 7 and a 10-year surrender. A bonus in addition to that, and the rider is FREE, which is so important. So, some clients might want income now, some clients might want income later. They may not know when they buy this thing when they're going to turn it on, but they have it and it's free. So, Whitney, thank you, because I want to thank American Equity for being innovative in their approach to designing this type of a product, because you said something earlier that really touched home to me, and that is, when we as sales managers hear agents and reps ask us, well, why can't American Equity do this and why can't they do that? It shows that you listened and you changed things out in the marketplace for us and our agents, and we really appreciate that. So, and I want to thank everybody on this call for their time and their business. And Whitney, thank you very much.